So I was recording live, but I had to stop that, which is sad because now the picture's dark. But anyhow, what I was saying is that I was doing a day review, right? And I was starting out by saying how why is it so dark? I don't like it dark like this. Okay. But anyways, I was starting out by saying how, I was going to try to do my day review, and I was going to start out with saying what I was supposed to do today. What I was supposed to do today, it was supposed to be an all-day indoor day. I was supposed to take pictures of the property. I was supposed to put together a proposal for the different churches and stuff that I wanted help from, right? I was supposed to call back all the contacts and people that I met yesterday. I was supposed to hopefully get somebody to do my yard, which I don't think was really going to happen, right? But I did it myself, right? Then I was supposed to follow up with the guy that said that he was going to help me. Now, the feeling that I got, because he was supposed to call me back, today's Thursday, he was supposed to call me back on Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday, but he never called me back. I didn't think nothing about it because I was busy anyway. I didn't have anything to say, right? So then he calls me on Wednesday and says, sorry, I didn't call you back yesterday. And I said, well, let me call you back later because I'm exhausted. I just got back in. So then I planned on, so then I planned on calling him today. But to be honest with you, it wasn't even looking good for me to call him today, right? So I, was tapping on my friend that I was meeting up with, and I really enjoyed this little meetup. It's really interesting. This meetup was kind of like, it was interesting. Like I said, it felt like we were sitting on her front porch, even though it kind of was, but it kind of wasn't. It was so interesting. But anyhow, so I was planning to meet up with her because she said she's going out of town starting tomorrow. And so I was planning on meeting out with her. I really enjoyed our conversation last time we had it, and I enjoyed it again today. I really did. What made me sad was at the end, I had her take a picture with me, to use as a thumbnail, and it made me sad because she's lighter skinned. She's Caucasian, okay? She's Caucasian, and my mom is lighter skinned, and it just, it made me miss my mom. Even though when I was talking to her, I wasn't thinking of her as a mom or filling her out as a mom, but when I looked at the picture, that's what me and my mom would have looked like standing next to each other. So that made me pretty sad. But okay. But anyhow, so that guy, I made a mistake. Like I said, this phone is so janky that when I touched the button, to, this is so dark. Look at this. This is so dark. I touched the button, and on live it would never be this dark. You would be able to see really well. I like the song. Superman has nothing on me. I'm only one call away. Man, that's beautiful. But anyhow, and that was one of my favorite songs. I'm only one call away. But So, in me trying to reach out to her because, and this is something I'm not used to too. I'm not used to somebody being like, okay, where are you at? When are you coming? But this is normal stuff that people with friends or family go through, Like, I didn't think nothing of it. All I usually ask is what's the earliest and the latest I'm able to call or come or whatever, And when they tell me the latest, then typically I don't think nothing of it. I just think, I just got to be there by the latest. And that's it, But then when you think about it, you have to be, and this is what I'm learning too in reigniting my communications with people or interactions with people, is that, sometimes people are waiting for you and you need to give them I just kind of assumed that she knew that it was going to be more towards the end. Because, I told her what I was supposed to have done today and ran down the list, and she was like, yeah, sounds like a busy day. It was a busy day, and really, I was like, maybe I shouldn't go. But then I was like, no, because she's leaving. And, yeah. So there's a lot to it. I'm tired now, too tired. But, so yeah. Yeah. But that guy, so I meant to hit his number, and I was just like, what's the earliest and latest that you're available for a call? And he says 5:15. I'll be available at 5:15 p.m. And I'm like, By the time I got the message, it was already 6:30 p.m. That time has passed, so I said, I assume, but now I'm getting the feeling that, ooh, this person flying on this bike, boy. Now I'm getting the feeling that, the reason he didn't call me back the day before is because he really just changed his mind. You know what I'm saying? Which is okay. That's fine, I think probably the first one I need to do myself anyway to set the tone for myself, right? And, yeah, but, I think he probably changed his mind. But the person up the street just in my corner, he's probably still there. But I think maybe this whole first one I need to do by myself, If it happens, because I haven't even gotten the stuff together yet. So if it happens, the whole first one I probably do need to do myself. So if he wants to back out, that's fine. Or if he just stands me up, that's fine. I don't think that's really how he flows. But if that's the case, it's okay with me. So with that being said, when I said, well, hey, what's the earliest and latest for tomorrow? I'm so sick of grass. I'm walking through this grass. It's like, well, not grass, but weeds that are knee high. And I just did the yard today. And so it's just triggering me a little bit. But anyhow, so he didn't respond, which basically tells me that he really doesn't want to do it anymore. He was being nice. And if I had responded in the time, at the time that he wanted me to respond, then he would have went forward. But if I had not, then, he's just like, he feels like he's wasting his time. So what's the point, I'm trying to make this brighter. It's not going to go any brighter. But anyhow, so that's that. So that's what I was supposed to do, was take pictures of the property, put together, kind of like my site plan, my game plan for the property, put all the things that I'm trying to do, put it together and send it out. And then reach out to all my contacts from the previous days. But then I realized that, hey, I was like, none of these people may respond about the grass. And I'm talking about the grass, and the grass really needs to be done, and I can't have that. So I need to at least make an attempt. I hadn't taken out what my neighbors call the Fred Flintstone lawnmower in a while. But, I took it out back just to get a test run. Worked pretty good. So that's what I did. I mowed the front with the Fred Flintstone lawnmower, and I pulled out the weeds with my hands, right? And that shit looks pretty okay. I still need to trim the bushes. In other news, so that's what I was supposed to do. What did I end up doing? I ended up doing the front yard. I ended up making me a little meal. Thank God that I did. And then I ended up going to go visit my friend. And it was worth it. To me, it was very worth it. I really appreciate real conversations. And, the things that I learned from her are just there. I appreciated her conversation. I appreciated learning from her. It was great. It was wonderful. So thank you to her. And it's going to be probably 11 o'clock at night by the time I get back, but that's okay. I enjoy walking at night. So, anything else? No, that's my day today. Tomorrow. So, it looks like this is really not going to happen, because what about tomorrow? And maybe this is kind of push it off. I'll be like, well, I just didn't hear from y'all, so I'm going to back out of this one. But perhaps next time, if I'm on the list, does that I'm just going to, does that mean that I can, whatever weekend I can come out and do? So maybe I'll just pull back on that. Yeah, just pull back on it. Tomorrow I'm supposed to quote unquote work. I'm going to make it a point to try to get the manager's number. Now he didn't hire me, just to make that clear. So maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. I'll let God play it by ear. I don't have any control. He doesn't have any control. He didn't hire me, really. Technically he hired me, but he's not the one. The ladies are the one that control that, the older women. They're the ones. And the one that's out, with some pain, she's the one that hired me, pretty much, So that's that. So maybe I'll just be obedient and see how things go. But the thing that I did learn is do not discuss anything personal. That's why I do need to get the manager's number, because do not discuss anything personal with the staff. Even the older women do not, because you in a situation where they might not be able to handle it, so they'll blast it to everybody else, and you don't need all that problem. So you put it with the manager, and you make sure you have a direct line of contact with the manager. So if you need to communicate anything, you can communicate it to the manager. You know what I'm saying? He can handle it as he sees appropriate. Great part-time job, but I need to make sure they kind of move me a little bit. But so just for those of you that don't know, it's only like 16 hours a week, but I'm okay with it, or less, you know. I'm all right with it. And you don't get free food. You get, I walked into a spider web or something. You get discounts, like a 50% discount when you're on the clock. Which if you ain't got no money, it don't make no difference. But so yeah, tomorrow there's that. So I think I'm just gonna pull back off of that other thing and just be like, hey, you know, nobody. But then tomorrow after work, if I go to work, if they keep me at work, I might show up and they might be like, oh, you can't clock in. So I don't know. But it don't matter, because it don't matter. The only good thing about it is that you do get paid weekly. It is an easy job if the people like you, you know, but I think that's true about any job. If the people like you, it is. Then I have a whole email full of stuff that I need to follow up on. I still need to clean up all of that. And then I need to see about getting my notice, because I know I'm going to need a notice, you know, for my help with my monies. So all of that. But I feel good about everything. You know, today was a good day. You know, did it go as planned? No, but I think that the way that it went was good. I appreciate it. And I appreciate meeting other people that seem like me. But then again, I could be wrong. Maybe they're not like me. Maybe it's all FBI. I don't know. Once you've been through the legal thing, everything, you know, I remember thinking, whoa, these people are really paranoid, because everybody was saying that I was FBI because they didn't know me, you know. But now I understand it. When you've been through the legal system and you've been exposed to that retardedness, you know. I mean, they really thought I was FBI. I would walk through the neighborhood and they'd be like, that's the feds right there. That's the feds. And I'm like, no, I'm not the feds, you know. But they really believed that, so whatever. And the feds was trying to make me the feds because they were sending feds to me to try to hire me at Fed-related jobs. No lie, true story. And they weren't discreet about it either. They were like full Men in Black. Like seriously, it was, like I said, I think they do that on purpose to make you uncomfortable. Because who walks around with little Men in Black things in their ear? It's intentional to make you uncomfortable, to make your spidey senses tingle. But anyway, but yeah, today was a good day. And I don't feel bad about it. Not yet. I don't know, I'll walk to when I get back, but I don't feel bad about it at the moment. Am I hungry? A little bit, but I'm glad I ate before I left. It was really chewy. You know, the chicken was really old, so it was real chewy. It was something that was just distributed at that food bank thing, and just sitting in the freezer. And I made a sandwich, and I stuck it in a Ziploc bag, so hopefully no bugs have attacked it when I get back, because that will be what I munch on. What am I going to do tonight? What I'm finding is that at night, it's like I don't have any intention of being productive. The best way for me to be productive is like when I get up first thing, I take a shower, get the gospel music going, and start working on stuff. But once the night hits, and I think maybe it's because it's hot or because it's night, you kind of just want to chill. And I think I'm nomadic. I like this walking, but I am tired. Not tired, but I do want to lay down. So that's that. Yeah. So all of that. In other news, let's talk about males. So, and about, you know, inadvertently, and my cycle is on, by the way. So, you know, that night that I couldn't sleep and all that, that's why y'all know how it gets when my cycle comes on. My hormones get a little crazy. And sometimes I don't even realize. I think these people are trying to wait for me to go. Sometimes I don't even realize that my cycle is here. Jesus Christ. This guy's like, on your mark, get set, go. You know? Yeah. So, yep. So yeah, my cycle came on today. So that's why, you know, normally when somebody says something a little bit off, I'm like, how dare you? But I think also I may have been found that person low level attractive. But again, about being a woman, and this is why I think I really need to have this conversation about sexuality, truth, aging, reality, realism, all that other stuff I was talking about, responsibility. Because if you catch if you catch a middle-aged woman at the right time that still has her cycle, you know, it's a really weird situation because, like I said, you may get a different reaction than you initially expect. Like in reality, normally I would be mad, I would curse that person, I'd be mad, upset, you know, and you know, not and you don't have to worry about me interacting anymore, right? But if you happen to catch me right when my cycle is turning, okay, it's like, but the thing is that with interacting with people, I don't think that I would interact with the person and let them know that, hey, you know, that's pretty interesting to me. But if you're continuing to communicate with someone that says something that may be a little off, but even if they say something that's a little off and, you know, whatever, my libido is a little weird about it, I would never show that to them because I don't like that in real life, you know. So, but I'm tired and I'm walking. But yeah, so I feel like it's something that I need to talk about, so I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about sexuality, truth, aging, responsibility, reality, and all that stuff. So, we're passing the Valdosta Club District, which is basically like 4 or 5 clubs in a row, 3 or 4. And really, you know, being that I've been broke all my life, you know, if I wasn't, I would go in here just to eat. I sure would, just to eat. And maybe observe what's going on. When I first got here, I went to one club, which is kind of embarrassing now that I think about it because it's a bunch of 20-year-olds. But it was Club Bliss. I don't think Bliss is open anymore, but I really kind of enjoyed the vibe there. It reminded me of 1993 in Richmond, Virginia. Yeah. Yeah, but the college vibe, it's like a little bit of a college vibe. This is where the college students go to hang out. But, yes, I don't know how I feel. I feel like everything is going to fall in place and work out the way it should, you know? So I'm okay. I'm still really glad to have met that lady. That was nice. But I would really prefer food. Food would be better. So, food would be better. So hopefully, I think I will. No, I won't because I don't have time for it. I'm supposed to be at quote unquote work. Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know. We're just gonna enjoy the night. And these neon lights remind me of Miami, but it's just one store. It's not anything neon around here. What else did I learn from that lady tonight? She said, I was telling her how I thought the sky was pretty because it was red and purple. She says red at night means a peaceful day for the next day. Red in the morning means there's storms coming. And that's like a sailor's thing. I forgot how she said it. It was very poetic and rhyming, but that's pretty much the gist of it. So, is today Thursday already? Oh my God. So I don't know, you know, hopefully I get this together. And also, one thing that I recommend based on my experience today and my experience talking to churches, don't read the church bulletins and things before you talk to people because you're going to really be disappointed. You're going to be looking at them at a standpoint of what this church bulletin says about them, and it's not true. None of it's true. That may be what whoever's running the organization wants it to be, or is trying to train this person to be this type of person, but they're not. Those are not those types of people, for sure. Yeah. So that's it. So I'm going to listen to my gospel music for the rest of the way, and that's it. I'm going to go ahead and try to upload these. No, I'll upload these when I get home, but I'm going to listen to gospel music for now.